All right, welcome back, Steelers Nation. It's Steelers Chalk Talk here on Fox Sports Wheeling, Pittsburgh. I'm Tank Tantlinger. Join us here on Fox Sports Wheeling, Pittsburgh every Saturday morning throughout Steelers. Well, all the way to the Super Bowl, Waterboy. All the way to Super Bowl. I can't wait this year to be on Media Row. Where is the Super Bowl this year?
Las Vegas.
Oh, perfect. Home of my Los Angeles Raiders, Oakland Raiders. That's my second favorite team. Did I ever tell you that?
No, you didn't. You mind if I ask why?
Yeah, well, see that there's a picture of Jim Plunkett over there on the wall in my office here. You don't even know who the hell Jim Plunkett was, do you?
I do not.
Daryl LaMonica. Oh, my God. This is why you're still in Waterboy status. That's Jimmy Plunkett, the Mad Indian. I drank with him down in Mexico once. And Daryl LaMonica. And Earl Morrall. Please tell me you know who Earl Morrall was.
I think these guys
this is why you're the water boy.
I think these guys are a little bit before my time there, too.
That's no excuse. Or that was taught by Clem and a little bit of now Pat Myers. It's not working. Coach Moore, Joe Moore. There is now an award given out in college to the best college football lineman. It's the Joe Moore Award. There's a reason the Joe Moore Award exists. Here, let me Google it. Joe Moore Award. Right there. Boom, Joe Moore Award. The Joe Moore Award is annually given to the best collegiate offensive line unit. The award is presented by the Joe Moore Foundation, right out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In fact, Joe Moore's grandsons work out at my gym, and it was probably 2 years ago. One of them had on a Joe Moore camp shirt, and I went over and I go, you don't even know who the hell Joe Moore is. And he went, it's my grandfather. Yeah, I stuck the old foot in the mouth there. If you know Pitt football history, if you know Pittsburgh sports history, Coach Moore is legendary. There is a reason that the NCAA has the Joe Moore Award for the best offensive line unit. That's because he was not a great football player. He was a great offensive line coach. During the time I was at Pitt playing left bench, we put more guys in the NFL in offensive line than any other team. That was because of his coaching techniques, what he taught, and you hear a lot of times, Waterboy, the phrase thrown around, the coaching tree, right? The coaching tree. A lot of people say Coach Tomlin doesn't have a coaching tree. Coach Joe Moore has a coaching tree. Both those men I mentioned, good buddy Jim Sweeney, Russ Grimm, Dan Cherpak, they were all coached by Joe Moore. That's why they all went on to have great careers. And I mean, really, we haven't even played the Kitty Cats yet. 3 exhibition games, and I am adamant about this. Go get anyone. Well, they can't get Chirp because he's coaching high school. Go get either Jim Sweeney or Russ Grimm in there now. Put your humility aside and go get these guys and learn Joe Moore's techniques. I can do it to you right now. I'm 57 and you can't get by me. I may have to cut your legs out from underneath you, which unfortunately you can't do that anymore. It's called the chop block. Yeah, I lived by that, man. I lived by that. You get up in the chest, you see that? You don't like that, do you? And you run at me and I'm going to take your legs right out from your water, boy.
Fair enough, but you're not concerned at all that bringing in someone new like that at this point would throw things off. It would set us back to square one, because again, I feel like so much of it is just continuity and understanding of the guy next to you and stronger understanding of what the plan is, and I feel as though if you throw a wrench in that and you start working in a different direction, there are a lot of guys that continuity has to restart for. I have a strong feeling that this offensive line is going to come out and it's not going to look great. It'll look a hell of a lot better the second half of the year once they gain some of that experience, they gain some of that trust in the guy next to them, and they're in the swing of things.
At what cost? I'll agree with you. They're going to get better. But at what cost? You're going to get Trubisky killed flying around the edges. Ben got the hell beat out of him last year. We can go back to last year's shows, and every weekend, that's all I was talking about. I was expecting him to get Joe Theismann at some point. So, okay, great.
Football
They're going to get a little
game.
bit...
Football
Yeah, it's supposed to be, not this game you guys
play. A lot of what
play.
this offensive line learns is going to come from, hey, we did this, and our quarterback got smacked because of it. You know, I think that's one of the biggest reasons that we have a bridge quarterback right now is because we're not confident that our offensive line would be able to protect our future face of the franchise if we were to throw
I
him
don't
back
think
there.
Tomlin's that smart to go, we're going to have a sucky offensive line this year, but you're giving him too much credit, maybe. But look, I'll concede that. The point you were trying to make is, well, you can't do that right now and break continuity. The hell you can't. Put your egos aside. You got a problem that goes back to last year, and it is apparent through the preseason games. You have a problem right now. Pat Meyer, you can stay, and you're still going to get your salary. But guess what? You didn't get them up to speed. In 4 months, you didn't do your job. This is Jim Sweeney. This is Russ Grimm. Listen to what they're going to do. And you got Craig Wolfley there. Craig is also a disciple of also the Joe Moore, the Tunch Punch, as it were. Ego aside, and you get these guys in a room. This is just what I would do. You get the offensive line in here and say, guys, look, everything's going fine, but it's not going fine. We've all seen the tape, right? This is Russ. This is Jim. We're starting today with new technique. I need you dedicated. I need you focused in. We can do this. All right? These are grown men. They're professional athletes. You could do this. Now, Tomlin's never going to do that. It's not going to happen, so I'm wasting airtime right now. Valuable airtime on Fox Sports Wheeling, 1400 AM. You're listening to Steelers Chalk Talk with Tank and the Water Boys. Well, he's not doing too bad as we finish out the second quarter here. Look, we're talking about this offensive line. And yeah, they're not going to bring in Jim Sweeney and Russ Grimm. I am delusional, but I'm not that delusional. Although they should immediately. You have a big problem right now with this offensive line. A huge problem. They're no damn better than they were last year. Again, the right guard, I can see him, the roly-poly number 51 they brought in was supposed to be the answer at right guard. Can't even remember his name. He's not even in camp. They just made a second biggest mistake I've seen them make in free agency. A couple years ago, every week, somebody from the NFL channel was asking Coach Tomlin in a press conference, when will Darius Green get on the field? When will Darius Green get on the field? Excuse me, Coach. When will Darius Green get on the field? He was a bum. He was a bust. And I don't have the numbers. I had them back then. But literally, if it was $5 million they gave him, he made like 13 catches, and aggregately, when you do the numbers, he was paid $400,000 a catch. Biggest waste of free agency money out there. Coach, when the Darius Green getting in there? I might even ask that at the press conference on Tuesday. Tomlin will look at me like I'm crazy. He often does. The second biggest waste of money, and he may be the biggest by the end of the year when he's not even playing. He was brought here for a reason. James Daniels. Right guard. A mountain of a man. You saw him on the field.
He's a big guy.
Huge! You know what's even bigger than him? His bank account! His bank account! They're paying him $8 million this year. 24 over 3 years. That's more money than they're giving to the Big Biscuit Trubisky. And he's a bum. So far, he is a bum. And you can't even blame that on the technique that Myers is teaching him.
I mean, at this point, I don't know how you make an assertion like that. We're 3 preseason games deep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we still have a lot to see out of the guy.
Do you have $5? Do you have $5? Yes. I know you're a young man.
I have $5.
Okay. All right, shake on it. I bet you $5 that Daniels isn't even playing, or starting at least, by the end of the year.
I'll take that bet.
Okay.
I would take that bet. Who's going to start over him? Look at that. You're looking at the depth chart right now. There isn't a second name next to him.
I know that. I'm not saying there's somebody better. I'm not saying that there's a magical wizard right guard that's just going to come in and say, "Hi, how are you? I'm your starting right guard." No, there is no answer, and that is a problem for your Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a problem. Now, you're going to shift Kendrick Green over there. I mean, at some point, I'm telling you, James Daniels is not even going to be starting by the end of the year. Let's go over to right tackle with Chuks Okafor. First of all, he's hurt this week. They had to make a last-minute deal to go up to the... You know how the guy with the Vikings comes out with the hat? They had to go to the Vikings and get Jesse Davis. He looks like a nice guy. Sure to hope he can play right tackle. You want to talk about continuity?
I mean, if we're talking about if we're making assertions on these guys based off of the 3 games that we have watched so far,
guess what? I am making it
guy on our line.
I know, and that's a horrible statement. Say it again. Say it again.
If we're making assertions based off of the 3 preseason games we've watched, then Okafor is the best guy we got on our line.
And he's not even playing this week. That is a desperate situation. Oh my God, the folly of it all. I mean, I hate to keep ranting about this, but if you don't have an offensive line, you don't have nothing. So your best offensive lineman isn't even playing this week. We got to go up to the Vikings and get this guy Davis. I pray to God there's nobody even on the depth chart, as you mentioned, behind Daniels. The best player we got is Mason Cole. I like him. However, if we're going to go back to talking technique that Pat Meyer is coaching, I don't understand it. I don't get it. He's sliding, I don't know if you've noticed this during camp or during the preseason games. He's got his center making his first move as a slide move, either way. Either way, on pass protection. It's depending on the strength of the defense. I'm pretty sure when you're hiking the ball to a quarterback, it's called offense. Offense. By sliding that center, you're not being on the offensive attack. You're going after whatever perceived strengths they have. I do not like this. It's not gonna work. If you put Reggie White over Mason Cole, if you could bring the Reverend back to life, and he noticed that Cole is sliding on every pass protection, he's gonna eat you up. First of all, I know when you take that big step, guess what? It's a pass.
Now, is that just the center that you're
Yes.
doing the slide?
Yes.
Because that can open up gaps for a linebacker to get through.
No,
pretty easily,
oh really?
Without a doubt.
Really?
But what I will say is that is another tick in the column that suggests that we're looking to be mobile. We're looking for the offense to be moving to the right at one point or moving to the left at one point. I don't think it exclusively has to do with who it is that's rushing, but if we have Claypool coming on a drag from the left to the right in the slot, and we have a guy that's running an 8 route on the right side of the field, then it makes sense that our line might move a little bit to the right while Trubisky rolls around the edge.
And I agree with you, but didn't I also say earlier in the show that eventually a good defensive coordinator is going to know that Trubisky rolls out every time, and you can defend against that. And as a nose tackle who is going to start reading that center, every time he takes that step either right or left to slide on pass protection, I'm going to own you by the end of the day.
But it doesn't need to be every time. You can start utilizing that. We know teams watch our film. We know teams study our tendency. So what we can do is we can have him shift to the right, and we can move to the left.
Okay, kid. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. The water boy makes some sense at times. I don't know. No, he's doing a great job filling in for the quarterback, Mike McMahon. Hey, you're listening to Steelers Chalk Talk here on Fox Sports Wheeling. I'm the madman who belongs in a mental institution, according to the kid, Tank Whatever. We're going to commercial. Somebody go down to Steubenville and get me a Dean Martin hoagie. That's good. We went over.